Hello and welcome to Hair in the Hawthorn. My name's Kate Ray and this is the section that I've been excited about and been promising you all about. So I did a little video a couple of days ago and gave my personal experience, or one of my personal experiences within the paranormal realm. However, I'm kind of dragging people from all over the place that I've met or that I know on the internet to talk about their experiences and the things that they've come across. Little bit spooky, little bit strange, because I want to put it out there to people that these experiences aren't that abnormal, that lots of people have lots of different experiences. This is our very first one. I'm super excited. I don't know anything about the stories that people are going to tell, so I'm going to be as intrigued as everybody watching this. So without further ado, my very first guest, and I thank you so much for coming on. We've got Sarah, and she's going to talk to us about an experience that she's had. Hi, Sarah, how are you doing?
Hi, Kate, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So where do you want to start with this? Where would you like to start with your story?
So basically, I've been into the spiritual sort of realms now for many years. Didn't really think of it too much until I was about 18-ish, when I went on my first event. And then just leading up to them sort of times, I always recall back when I was really young, I think I was about probably 2 or 3, I used to wake up every single night, usually between 3 and 4. And I was in this like little ball, and it's really hard to explain. I say it's like the crystal maze, because it is like you're in that final ball at the end, and then you've got lots of little tiny little like stars, if you like, but it's going round and round and round, but in one direction. And this was the same every single night. I was never scared. That's what was really crazy, because I always felt safe. And I would just lie there and look at all these like little stars like floating around me. And it just went on every single night until I was, I can't even remember now. I was about probably between 8 and 10, something like that, I think. And then it just stopped all of a sudden, never got it again. And then I was a young mum, so I had my first child at 16. And I remember, because I had a cesarean that day, I thought, oh, maybe it's to do with like, anesthetics and things. But I had a cesarean, and I was laying in bed that first night that I had him. And I woke up and I was in this ball again. And all of a sudden, I wasn't in pain. I wasn't scared. And it was just like, wow, like, what is this? And then literally I had it that one night, and I've never had it again since. And I've asked a lot of like mediums and things, and that nobody knows, and I still don't know myself 110% what it is. A lot of people have said maybe it's like some sort of protection, because I was never scared, and because I did always feel safe whilst I was in that ball. And then after that, like I said, I've never had it since. But I remember distinctly one night, I know they say everybody's got a guardian angel, but I was driving from Manchester to Craven Arms late one night, and it was like around midnight. I hadn't seen a car in like a long time. So I was driving down the road, and then all of a sudden there's this ambulance. I clock in the mirror, and then all of a sudden from like my feet up, I just remember going really cold. And then next thing I know, I'm lay out on the floor in the middle of the road at night. And apparently they think that my blood sugars may have dropped, although I'm not diabetic or anything like that. They said maybe I'm just tired, not eating properly. So yeah, like I remember waking up in the back of their van, and they said what had happened. And literally, I don't remember anything past the point from my whole body going cold to being in the back of that van. And the ambulance guy said that apparently my hazard light had gone on, and I managed to veer my car like safely onto like this high up sort of like grass verge, and the grass verge was like that. Now he was like, you should have, like, if you'd passed out before, you should have smashed the car up. And I was like, really? Like, did I really pass out? How did I even get out of the car? Because I just don't remember anything. And so they did all these obs on me, and then obviously I was fine. I had something to eat and drink in my car before carrying on. I was literally only a few minutes away from my final destination anyway. but I sincerely believe that somebody or something that night had entered my body and managed to get me to safety. It's just that whole thing of I will never be able to remember how I got out of the car into the middle of the road. So it's.
Do you connect then in some way the sort of the sphere around you, that protective sphere, with a guardian angel kind of feeling? Is that something that you connect with?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Like I said, I feel protected with it. I do feel it was there to, you know, whatever was going on at that age, to like protect me, or you know, just like, I've always had a good upbringing, so I don't understand, like, you know, what I would need protecting from. So that I never understood that bit, like why it was coming to me. But obviously, for some reason, it was there every night between 3 and 4. And of late, I've got into like witchcraft stuff, like I know my crystals. And I know a lot of people say that between 3 and 4 is the witching hour. So maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe every little thing that's happened in my life has led me to this today, and it's made me who I am. So it's never scared me. And I do believe everything happens for a reason as well. So the fact that there was no cars on the road for God knows how long, and then all of a sudden there was an ambulance like that just turned up behind me, and it was clearly meant to be, because had an ambulance not have been there, it could have been a completely different story. So or I might not even be here to tell the story. So
yeah,
yeah,
it was definitely, and it just, even if it was a coincidence, the you know, that's just amazing, the odds of that happening, and the odds of you being able to safely, you know, get your car out of a situation that could have been incredibly tragic. Just the odds of that are just absolutely amazing. Can I go back to this sphere thing, because that really interests me? Just to clarify, because we're going to have hopefully some younger viewers on this who are going, crystal maze, what's crystal maze? So that was a TV program. Right at the very end, there was this sphere, rotating sphere, right at the very end of the program. So if you kind of Google that, you'll probably you know, see what that object is. But that it does sound like a bubble. And you say that there were things flickering around in it. Were they like you know, like an opal? You know how an opal gives those kind of fine flickers of light. Was it light, or was it something something more solid that was flickering about?
it's hard to explain. It's almost like, you know, grains of sugar. If you tip a bag of sugar up and you see like large little grains of sugar, it was like thousands of them. Obviously you could see through it, you could see everything else around you, but it was just like thousands and thousands of tiny little, what I would call them as like stars, if you like, because although you could see through them, it was bright and you could see it doing that turning thing. And I'm still amazed today, and remember how beautiful it was. So yeah, like I'll probably never know 110% what it was, but just the fact that it's happened to me, I feel very privileged to have had that.
And that's such a lovely feeling, isn't it, when you have these kind of strange encounters? That it is so lovely when you get that other side of things. You know, you have, you know, many people have experiences where they're absolutely petrified by them, and there are many examples of people having experiences that they're even weirder, I think, than the straightforward, you know, seeing a ghost or a UFO or whatever. And they're just such beautiful and profound experiences, and people tend not to talk about them as much as they do encounters with, say, with poltergeist activity, etc. It's almost like people are maybe a little bit ashamed, or it could be that people want to keep these experiences to themselves because they are such a, you know, such a wonderful experience to have. You know, I will say that if anybody out there who's watching this can relate to that, has a similar story, can shed some light on these kind of experiences, definitely drop it in the comments below, because I'm intrigued, and I'm sure Sarah would love to read the comments. And if anybody's got any questions about this as well, please drop that in the comment, and I'll get Sarah back and we'll have a chat and go through the comments a little bit later on, maybe next month, and see where things are going. But for now, Sarah, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure we're going to have a chat after this, and I'm sure you've had many more experiences that we can have a chat about maybe in the future. But thank you so much for being the first guest. Like I say, let's try and get to the bottom of this puzzle. Let's see what people comment down below. But thank you so much, Sarah. No, it's been a pleasure. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.